The Jets. The New York Jets.
The Jets Ward.
Jets, Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and oh boy, here we go again. The New York Jets have fallen to 0-6. They lost to the Denver Broncos today to a score of 13-11. And when one side of the ball shows up, the other decides not to. But before we get into it, if you have been here before, welcome back. You know I love having you guys here in the Jets Board. You make these videos so much fun to make, and I'm glad you keep coming back for more. If you are new here, well, whether you're a Jets fan, a fan of another NFL team, or just a casual NFL fan, you are always welcome here in the Jets Board. It is a safe space for you. But guys, the defense showed up. The defense had a meeting earlier this week and said, you know what? Most of these games that we've lost have been on us. And you know what? Yeah, I would agree with that. But today, they showed up against the Denver Broncos offense that has a ton of weapons. Bo Nix is a solid QB. And the Jets made him look bad today. The running game, which we struggled in, J.K. Dobbins could not get it going today. The offense, Cortland Sutton couldn't get it going. Troy Franklin couldn't get it going. R.G. Harvey couldn't get it going. Their leading receiver was Evan Engram. But guess what? Even when the Jets defense decides to come back and Steve Wilks calls a great defensive game, you got to be sure that Justin Fields in this offense decide, you know what, let's take it off this weekend. Oh, my gosh, this is getting so frustrating, guys, because this game was a typical trap game. The Jets were leading for a good amount of it, all the way leading into the fourth quarter, and just when you go 3 and out so many times and the offense gets you in bad field position, there's only so much you can do. But getting into it, we're going to do what we normally do, guys. We are going to talk about the offense, going over the total yardage, the passing game, the running game for the Jets, the special teams, and the Denver Broncos as well, how they did. So getting into it, let's talk about this awful offense today. And you know what? I want to go out on a limb and say I don't believe this was Tanner Engstrand's fault. He had people open. He schemed receivers open. But Justin Fields, I've been a big defender on this channel for him. And my God, today was a laughingstock, in my opinion. It was awful for him. Justin Fields ends the day with 9 of 17, 58.7 rating, an 8.8 QBR with 45 passing yards and a negative net 10 yards in passing, which is insane for him. That's awful. His average today was 2.6. He had 0 passing touchdowns, but was sacked 9 times. He had 7 carries for 31 yards. Fields was awful. He looked bad today. And you can blame the offensive line. The offensive line did struggle. The Broncos defense is really, really solid, and they have one of the best rush games in the league, defensive, when it comes to getting after the quarterback. But Fields has no idea how to go from one receiver to the next. He's locked on one target. He has no idea how to read a field. And which led to 9 sacks, to the point where Armand Membu, a rookie, is getting frustrated at the end of the game. The offense could not get it going today, and there were people open, and Fields just doesn't trust himself to get the ball down the field. And I get it. You're going against the Broncos defense that's the best in the league, but they're not. They're not the 85 Bears. They're not the Legion of Boom. They're not these legit monsters out there. Fields could not get the ball downfield. He could not read the defense. He was confused all day. And, man, it was rough to watch in London because this was a game the Jets should have had. The defense came out lights out today. At Fields, I put a lot of the loss today on Fields. I'm also going to put a lot of the loss on AG today, and we'll get into that later. But Fields had an awful day. In total offense today, the Jets had 137 total offensive yards. You're not going to win games like that. You are not going to win games like that against a team that is a playoff contender in the Broncos, who just got done pounding the Eagles last week, and you could have beat them. The defense finally shows up, and the offense decides to take it off this week. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable, guys. Total rush yards. Breece Hall had 22 carries for 59 yards. Could not get it going today. He had 0 touchdowns. He was frustrated at the end of the game as well. And this game, the Jets' offense is predicated on the run game. If you can't get it going, they're not going to win games. And today, they just couldn't get it going. He had 59 yards. Isaiah Davis had some good running plays as well. But overall, just offense was a complete joke today. Even getting into the pass game, Garrett Wilson was 3 of 8, 17 yards, had tons of drops, had a major drop at the end of the game that could have got a first down. Just a really off game for him. He came up limping after that play. So hopefully not too serious of an injury for him. Comments after the game didn't sound really good. But Mason Taylor went 1 of 1 for 2 yards. Josh Reynolds was actually the leader in yardage today. He went 3 for 3 for 25 yards. Pitiful for the Jets offense. And there were players open. Arian Smith was wide open at points. Andrew Beck was wide open. There were players open, and Justin Fields just could not get it down the field. This offense showed they don't trust Fields to throw the ball. And getting into one of the bright spots of the game, Nick Folk went 3 for 3 with field goals today, scored 9 total points for us today. We scored 11 because the Jets ended up getting the safety, which put us up 11-10 later in the game. He had a long of 52. 9 total points. Austin McNamara keeps being a legit punter as well. He had 7 punts for 355 yards, 3 inside the 20, a long of 58. He had a fantastic game. Folk had a fantastic game. And this is where I'm going to blame AG. You can see that your offense is struggling. You would have had Folk kick a 62 to 65-yard field goal to win this game at the end of the game. You see that your defense is holding down the Broncos. Why not leave it to Nick Folk, who is having a great game, who has proven he can make these long kicks? Why are we leaving it in the hands of Justin Fields on a 4th and 9 where he has proven that he's held onto the ball way too long? He's been sacked 8 times at this point, and you trust him to get the first down? Are you serious? What are we doing here? This is a game the Jets could have won. Trust your kicker. And then at the end of the game, he's saying, well, we were trying to get to the 35-yard line. No, let Folk kick it. He's been awesome this year. Let him kick the ball. Let him give you a chance, because if he does it, then the Jets defense has been playing solid all day. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. has been great. Jamie Sherwood decided to show up today. This defense decided to show up and play today. And you had a time where let the kicker kick. If he misses, at least you tried it. But you let it go with Fields and sacked on 4th and 9. Game's over there. This is where AG, I have a problem with some of the decisions. I don't know what he was thinking here. You have one of the better kickers in football who has proven he can make these kicks. It was a 62 to 65-yarder. And you take it out of his hands. If I was Folk, I would be pissed. I would be so angry. And then halftime, the Jets received the ball in the second half. They had the ball moving down the field on the 50-yard line, and there was no urgency, nothing. I have no idea what AG was thinking here. There's no urgency with this offense. Move down the ball, run the ball, and try to get in field goal range to kick the field goal, or try to throw the ball downfield, for God's sakes. Fields and AG, I'm putting all the blame on those two today. Tanner Engstrand, a lot of people are probably going to blame him and say that this game was an awful called offensive game. Engstrand had players schemed open, and Fields just doesn't trust himself. He holds onto the ball way too freaking long, and as somebody who, again, I defended Justin Fields. I was so happy when the Jets signed him because I thought that he could come in and do something with this offense. And lately, all he's proven is that when the Jets are getting crushed and the defense decides to let it go in the fourth quarter, the opposing defense, he can rack up yards that way. In garbage time. But when it's not garbage time and the defense is coming after you, he can't make those plays. This game is I blame on AG and on Justin Fields today. Atrocious. Somebody's got to be held accountable. I would say if Tyrod Taylor was placed in on that fourth quarter, the Jets win that game. Because he can read a defense. He will get the ball out. He won't hold on to the ball that long. Insanity.
Daddy,
What's up, baby?
I want to eat something.
I'll get you something in a minute, okay? Go watch.
Can you get it now?
Yep. So frustrating. So frustrating. Sorry, guys. That was my little girl. This team. I don't know, because I don't even know if we'll be able to beat Carolina next week. Oh, man. Frustrating, guys. And going into what the defense did, the defense gave up a total of 252 yards, 78 total rushing yards between J.K. Dobbins, Evan Ingram, and Bo Nix. Dobbins had 14 carries, 40 yards. This was the best rush defensive day the Jets have had. Penalties. They had two. The defense was fixed today. The penalties were cleaned up today. What are we doing? Passing game. The Jets gave up a total of 174 passing yards. Bo Nix was 19 for 30. Had a 90.1 rating. 36.7 QBR. Was sacked one time, but we were getting to him. Evan Ingram was their leading receiver. Went 5 for 6 for 42 yards. The Jets defense came to play. Credit to those guys. Credit to Steve Wilkes, who has been getting blasted. Because that was ridiculous by the offense to come out there and not even help this team. Ridiculous. So, guys, hold on, baby. So, this defense today, oh, my God. It was so frustrating. So frustrating. And it was all on AG and Justin Fields today. That is who I blame this game on. Just know they need to be held accountable for this. Wilkes in that defense showed up today. The offense could not do anything. Craziness. But guys, let me know what I know it was craziness. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Who deserves most of the blame for this loss? Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. It really helps me out. Hit the bell for any notifications of when I post videos. And again, rough one. Jets fall to 0-6. Let's see if they can turn it around next week. But again, guys, thank you so much for joining me in the Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
The Jets Ward.